Okay. Yeah, she did the card. We're going on a big cruise in November. It's going to be a big psychic cruise, so it's always fun to go on a cruise. So, want to be on the water and locked on the water? You can't get away from me for 6 days. You're set. What I wanted to talk about today was some of the stuff that I've learned in my work as a medium, a spiritualist, and a couple of books that were taught to me, that were given to me when I was doing this work. And one was The Game of Life and How to Live It. And the other one is this book by Brandon Hall, which is just You. It's just called You. And those two books kind of focused my vibration in my life. Kind of allowed me to look inward, to look towards myself. Because it is the affirmations, the power of word. That's what I first learned when I was working with mediumship and working. It was my word. It was what I said, what I thought, what I put out into the universe came back to me, whatever I thought. So I would learn how to do affirmations, mantras, to try to change my voice, my inward voice, my subconscious voice talking to me. And I always thought that when my father used to say in his church, where two or more are gathered, there I am. I'd always thought it was somebody else. I had to go find somebody else to gather with me. But it's your conscious and subconscious, where two or more are gathered, there I am. So you have to get both conscious state, subconscious state on the same page. And I do a little exercise when I teach people mediumship and different things. I teach them to take what they really want in their life. What do you really want? What do you need? Put it on a piece of paper. Fold it so you can't see it. Put it in a basket. Put all of them in a basket. And then shake them up, grab one, hold on to it, and ask yourself, is this highly beneficial for me? Yes or no? What's your first thought? What's your first vibration with that? Then open it and see what it was you were asking for. If it's something that your subconscious goes, no, you're not going to get that. Put that alongside here, so you can work on that. You can work on that vibration because you really want that. So you separate them, the ones you feel comfortable with, the ones you need to work on. You need to change that thought within you. And that's what it is change that thought. We were talking a little while today before we started the service on breathing and understanding and breathing. And my guides teach me a whole different way of doing that. As you breathe in from the divine source, God, your breathing energy, your breath comes from God. Now you're going to allow that breath inside of you. Allow it to touch the Christ Spirit or the divine within you. Then you're going to breathe out positive energy. Remember, positive energy. If people say, I'm going to breathe out negativity. You breathe out negativity, it goes right here. The next breath you take, a whole breath full of negativity. You're breathing out positive energy. You're trying to change that thought that you are positive energy. When you think that when you're doing mediumship or doing this work, and you believe that you're attracting something negative, evil, well, you're going to see that because you've already set your mind into saying, that's what I'm going to attract. You asked for your highest and best and nothing else. That's all I ask for, highest and best. I don't spray holy water. I don't smudge my whole house so it smells like a forest fire. I don't throw sea salt all over the place. I don't do any of that stuff. I just ask for my highest and best and nothing else. As long as you ask for that, your highest and best, not somebody else's, but yours, you're going to receive what you asked for. Knock on the door, be open. Ask and you will receive. So you have to make that effort to speak to Spirit. Make the effort, make that connection to Spirit. You have to abide by one of the laws of mediumship, or is the law of attraction. Attraction. You will attract into your vibration what you perceive. Law of attraction. But it's just not just the law of attraction that's going to produce the stuff in your life. It's the law of gratitude, law of love, law of cause and effect, law of cohesion. There's different laws that are going to manifest this. So you have to work on, you got to work on a few. Just not just one, but a few to draw whatever you need into your life. So the law of attraction works because as long as you're, see, if you want a new car, but that inner voice of your vibration is going, well, you know, I'll never get a car. I'll never be able to afford that. I won't be able to get one of those. Oh my God, I'll probably be walking the rest of my life. And that inner voice is just talking away. You probably won't get the car. Because that inner voice is telling something different than what your outer voice is telling you. So that's why the mantras, that's why the natural vibration of you telling yourself, constantly telling yourself, I am perfect, I am healthy, I am well, I am attracting positive energy within my life. These affirmations you do in your life to change that thought, to change that vibration within you. Because once you do that, you start to work on your mediumship. You also start to work on your health. If you're unhealthy, you've got to change both voices. Both. You can't just change one and say, well, I just want to be healthy. That inner voice, if it's telling you that, oh my God, I'll probably be dead by morning, you're probably not going to, probably not going to get well as quickly as you think you should be. So you're asking for that. As far as money, everybody needs money. Everybody needs prosperity. Everybody needs to have money in their life. As my grandmother used to call it, bra tucking money, little getaway money. See, tuck it away, getaway money. That was her thought. She'd tuck it all up in here. So you might need some getaway money. You have to ask for that, but you have to be able to accept it though. Be able to accept what you're asking for in your life. Ask for money, find a quarter over there on the floor. As far as your guide's concerned, you've got money. Give them a figure. Give them some kind of figure that you can personally accept. But both, conscious, subconscious, have to be on the same page. Can you personally accept that? Can you accept that if that dropped in your life tomorrow? And that's most of it. Will it drop in your life tomorrow? Would you be able to accept it if it got here? Oh, I'd love 20 million. Oh, I don't know how I'll ever get that. It's this vibration. You have to be able to accept it. You have to have faith that it will be here. Faith. Faith is a mustard seed. Faith that it will arrive within God's timing. We have our own timing. We have our own little clock. We think it should be here today. Spirit has its timing. You might have to make a journey here soon to get to where you need to be. The destinations in your life, I always tell people your destinations have been chosen for you long before you got here. So don't concentrate so much on the destination because you're going to get there. It's that journey you make, that journey of how you get to the destination. Side street, straight to it, cross. How are you getting towards it? That's what brings in all the affirmations, the law of attraction. You're attracting the best avenue for yourself to get there. That's what you're attracting in your life. You're attracting that. The best road. Not a lot of debris. Get there pretty quickly. That's what you're asking yourself to do. You're not supposed to be beat up and dragged behind a station wagon for a few miles. You're supposed to just go. Be there. When I first started doing mediumship when I was a kid, I would have to focus. And my mother used to say, if something comes in, it bothers you, acknowledge it, wish it well, and let it go. Bring your focus back to whatever you're focusing on. I used to focus on a candle, a toy, a flower. And every time my focus would get broken, I would acknowledge that it got broken, but I would bring it back to my focus. You just focus your intent of what you are propelling yourself into. When you're dealing with spirit or you're dealing with the spiritual realm, you're in a spiritualist church, so there's spirits all over the place. But if you're dealing with them, people will come. So you have to kind of sort them. Can't have everybody talking at one time. If every one of you in this room started talking at the same time, I wouldn't understand what I'm supposed to understand. So it means I have to sort, move people, get people to where they need to be. That's through practice. Through practice. When you are able to do that, then your inner voice gets a little easier because you can sort it, you can quiet it, you can get it on the same page as you. But it's through talking to yourself. My mother used to say you can talk to yourself all you want, it's only when you answer yourself you're in trouble. So, talk to yourself. Talk. And listen to the voice. A lot of people will always tell me that voice in my head sounds a lot like me. What if that voice, what is different? Is the voice telling you something that you would not have said? Something had brought up in the vibration. That's not you. That's spirit working with you. You've attracted all your guides and people from the spirit world to follow you here to this earth plane, to follow you here, to maneuver themselves here. They are your circle of friends, your circle of protectors who protect you on your journey. You don't need to know who they are. Just every once in a while, just kind of say, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. You don't have to know everybody that's back there, but just say thank you every once in a while because they are here. They're trying to get you focused in your life. They're trying to get you to have faith, to expect it to happen. Expect it to happen. I had a woman one time, she was a crazy witch woman, so God bless her. But anyway, she, to draw things into her life, she would get some bread and some coins, 3 coins, and she would go to the water and stay in expectancy. That's who she would call. And she would put her back to the water and ask her what she wanted and throw those coins and the bread in the water. And she would walk away, believing that it would happen. She said, don't look back at the water, stuff would be happening. I said, what's happening? What's going on? But that's what she believed. And so it's what you believe, how you were raised, how you were placed in motion in your life. There could be a belief system in your life. You go, no, I believe this way. This is how I believe. Then trust your beliefs that they are going to work for you. How you were raised, how you were placed in motion. I was raised as a spiritualist, Catholic, Presbyterian, Methodist. I had all kinds of religions going on in my life. But I picked the ones that I picked out of them what I felt worked for me. So you might have a religion, a vibration in your life, but maybe not all of it works for you. Maybe not all of it works for you. Don't feel guilty that it doesn't all work. Doesn't all fit the vibration, fit the narrative that you're looking for. Change it. Bring something else into the mix. Bring something else. Maybe you're being focused towards something in your life that you need to look at, to have a conversation with. That's why you're looking for synchronicity in your life. Synchronicity works. Spirit wants you to find something, and you're a little thick, a little stubborn. You're not looking at it. They'll keep hitting you with it. Keep showing it to you. Until you eventually go, okay, I'm ready now. If you see cardinals, they're messengers from the spirit world. If you keep seeing cardinals, they're trying to get you a message. If you see a repetition of numbers in your life, 111, 222, 333, you see a repetition of some kind of numbers in your life, that's angelic presence trying to speak to you. If you see something coming in your life and you say, well, I don't like that, I don't want that. But all of a sudden the name or the emblem or the symbol appears in your life, there's a reason why that appeared. I had a client that I told her, I said, watch what's going on. She saw robins for a full week. She was looking for a house. She said, what's robins for? I said, I don't know. You know where the realtor took her? To Robin Street to look at a house. Robins were telling her before she got there that this was her house. This is the house you need to look at. Spirit will place people, events, and situations within your life. It's when people say, Lewis, I want my soulmate, I want my companion, I want my person in my life. And when the person shows up in their life, they're calling me on the phone, asking me, are they the one? You asked for them. Gray hair, blue eyes, driving an old truck. You asked for all this and all of it sitting in front of you. Now you have to call me and ask me if they're the one. You asked for it. That's when we doubt ourselves sometimes, trying to figure out why Spirit's speaking to us. Who are we Spirit should speak to us? I believe as a medium that within the next 3 to 4 years, you won't need mediums at all. You won't. Everybody will be able to connect to Spirit. You'll just have to have somebody teach you how to do it. How to keep the communication with them. That's all. Not for somebody to communicate for you, but how to do it and keep it going. That's what you're going to be asking of the mediums and teachers. How do I do this? How do I accomplish this in my life? That's what's going to happen. I've just been graced in my life because I've had a lot of really good teachers. And I try to help. I try to give you different forms of mediumship. I can teach you how to do smoke readings. I can teach you how to do Indian stand readings. I can teach you how to do ribbon readings. I can teach you how to do regular mediumship, psychic mediumship, all kinds of stuff. I can teach you how to do ember readings. A lot. I can just tarot readings. Not allowed to do tarot in Casadega, but I'm an extremely talented tarot reader. I can't do cards in Casadega. So, but I can still teach you how to do them. See, the question is, it's very simple. It's what gift do you have? What do you see within your being? When you start working with Spirit, maybe you're a dream interpreter. Maybe you do automatic writing. Maybe you do healing, but you do. You're connected to your healing guides and you are an extremely talented healer. What is your gift? That's what you're looking for. Your gift is going to make you happy. It's going to bring a lot of this together, especially if you're happy, if you're content within your vibration. It's all about positive thinking, positive vibration. Even though the world around us is going to hell in a handbasket, we're still positive thinking. I told somebody the other day, I said, don't worry about it. If all hell breaks loose, we'll all get to the Spirit, we'll all get the pearly gates at one time, and we'll all get through. Hopefully I'm in the front of the line, so we don't have to wait for a while to get through. So we'll all get there. We're all going back home at some point. So all we can do is put out positive energy. If I put out positive energy, you do, and you do. Everybody in this room puts out positive energy out to the universe. They use that to affect energy within the spiritual realm and the earth's plane. Because we have large groups that pray from 8 o'clock in the morning and 8 o'clock at night. They sit and pray. So at 8 o'clock in the morning, there's probably 1 million people praying at the same time. So if you're sitting in your house praying at 8 o'clock or meditating or praying at 8 o'clock, remember there's another 1 million people praying at the same time throughout the universe, throughout this earth plane. So take a moment. 8 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock at night. Just take a moment. Send your energy out with the rest of the energy in the earth plane. Works really well. You have to realize when we read the principles today, we read them. Now, you read them in this church. Now, I think the last count, there's 180 some spiritualist churches throughout the United States. So, Sunday morning, there's 180 other churches reading that. Reading that energy. And that's been being done since the late 1800s. They've been reading things in Spiritualist churches for well over 100 years. So that energy has built upon itself every time they are read. So when you read the principles, when you read the healing prayer, know that there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people saying that prayer over your shoulder. They're praying for you, and you're praying for them. There's this conscious of energy appearing in your life just because you read it, because you put that in motion. So we sit here and we read it, we go, oh, I'm reading this. But remember, there are hundreds of people reading it with you. And Fox Ray within your vibration. My guide Lucerne said the other day, he said, you do not learn anything in this earth plane. So get off all the way back, you do not. What happens is from every past life, every incarnation, every time that you have actually been on this earth plane, it is within the cells of the memory of your body today. Everything you know, everything you've ever known or ever put in your system is within you today. All Spirit does is awaken the knowledge when you need it. They awaken it. Or if they need you to do something, they awaken it. There's a certain part of your life you go, oh my God, I should get artistic. I should be artistic now. Because Spirit awakens something from a past life for you to be artistic. You bring all your gifts into this world. This is the best you've ever been, so hopefully you like yourself. This is it. Here we go. And all you're doing is improving on this vibration that you are working with. All of you are blessed. You just have to believe that you're blessed. That believes that Spirit loves you. That's all. You might have people in this lifetime that you just want to bury in the backyard, but against the law. Or you need somebody to help you that you can trust. But affirmations in your life. Find some kind of affirmations that you are comfortable with. Say them. I say them usually about 3 times. Body, mind, spirit, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. I usually say about 3 times. 3 times. So I make sure that Spirit hears me. I do them probably like twice a day. Sometimes do them more if I need more. But I keep changing the thought, vibration within me. And you might have a lot of things that have happened in your life through divorce, separation, loss of job, all kinds of stuff. And you have that within your vibration. You're trying to clear it. You're trying to move that. You're trying to get rid of that. Move that away from you. And that's why the affirmations. That's why the affirmations. But you have to visualize. Visualization. Visualize that you have money. Visualize you have a beautiful relationship. Visualize what you have. See it. Visualize that you already have it. It's already here. You already have accepted it. You can't be healthy if you don't believe you can be healthy. You can't have what you need in your life if you can't believe that you can have it. Oh, I'll never get a good relationship. I'll never be happy. Really? I love it when I teach mediumship. Says, oh, Lewis, I don't get names. Oh, no, Spirit doesn't tell. Well, you'll never get names. Oh, I don't see Spirit. Well, you'll never see Spirit. When you say, I never, it's probably not going to happen. And you say, you know, I can see Spirit. I can feel them. Then you start to get the impression of them around you. But it's that question of walking your path, your journey. Now, there might not be, you might be weird and crazy. Nobody else wants to follow you on your path, but you do a good path for you. Doesn't matter what other people think about what you're doing. My grandfather was a minister years and years ago. And he used to tell me a joke. He said, "No, when you get to the spirit world, don't worry about how somebody else got there, because they might be wondering how you got there. You're going to get to the spirit world at what level, what other vibration you're going to place yourself into. You'll get there, but it's where you place yourself, where you place your vibration, where you believe that you are, because you will go back from where you came. You will. Now, if you encourage something, you still go back to where you came. Go back to your village, your place that you left from, because that is your group. That group incarnates with you back and forth through lifetimes on this earth plane until all lessons are learned and the group moves higher into the spirit world. You just don't move by yourself. You're part of a group. So you affect as above, so below. You affect the group. So you will go back and talk to the group. Hopefully they like you. They're not trying to burn you out of camp. But hopefully you're there. But they love you. That group looks after you. As you on this earth plane, subconsciously or consciously, are looking after the group. You are. You're helping them. Now, that is how, when I told somebody today, I've had quite a few near-death experiences. I've passed, gone to the spirit world, wandered around, came back. But the question with that is it's always different. People come back differently. I come back up through water. Now, other people could come back through some other vibration, but I'm like at the bottom of a lake having to swim up towards the surface through water. So I have to come up through water. That's how I come back. But other people might have some other experience in how they arrive back here. But there is a place in the spirit world that I know where I'm going. I know that is my little place, my little town that I have there. That's where I'll go. I know that. Everybody goes to where they're supposed to go when they get to the spirit world. And you will tell your life story. You will tell what happened to you on this earth plane, good or bad. And people will listen to you, so that the next group of souls that are coming back to the earth plane will learn from you. You might be doing something today in your life that will affect the group. You think it's bad, like, oh, why is this happening to me? It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. It's giving you the information you need to allow yourself to grow. Sometimes Spirit has to knock your feet out from under you, put you in a hospital bed, and you're there for 2-3 weeks, and you're going, oh, woe is me. And Spirit says, we told you to slow down, didn't we? We told you. We made you slow down. So there are ways of Spirit saying, we need you to stop. Please stop. Please don't move. Please. And then they get the whole group to drag you. So you have to realize that dragging is never fun. Don't allow them to drag you. Because the vibration here is the law of giving of yourself, of your energy. Whether you pray, or you join a group to pray, whatever you do, whatever giving works for you. It's not all tangible and you give money. We'll take coins, watches, jewelry, anything you have here for put in a basket. We'll take it. But it's what you give of you, of your vibration, of your energy, of your vibration. Don't deplete yourself so you have no energy to give anybody. Give until you feel like comfortable, and then move on from that situation. That's what you're doing. You're moving on from that situation. But trust yourself. The divine is always with you. The divine that never leaves you. You're breathing in the divine. It touches the Christ Spirit within you when you breathe out into the divine. You are part of the divine. So, what you're doing is you're allowing yourself to be that positive part of the divine. That's what you're doing. through health, through balance, through vibrations within your life. That's what you are doing. And the game of life and how to play it just teaches you these little things that you can do to encourage yourself on your journey. It doesn't make you go down a path. Nobody on this earth plane or on the spirit world is going to make you go down a certain path. They're going to light up a path better. They're going to make it look better than any other path, but they can't make you take that path. They can only say, here. And you will pick your path. But it's always listening to yourself, listening to your vibration. That's why you have to get both voices on the same path. You can't have one voice telling you one thing and the other voice telling you the other thing. Same path in your vibration. But have that expectancy that it'll be here today. Might be here tomorrow, but I have an expectancy it'll be here today. I'll be perfectly healthy today. I'll be completely wealthy today. I'll have beautiful people enter my life to encourage my life today. See, that's what you're asking for. If it happens tomorrow, well, you know, I was off a few hours, but you're asking for that today. When Lucerne taught me, he said, just take whatever you want on a piece of paper, write it down, be specific, set it somewhere, look at it for a little bit, make sure you get everything on that paper that you think you need. Then write or better. You'll take more, you'll take better. That's what you'd like. Then fold the paper towards you because you personally accept it. Then throw it away. Because you want them to go get it today. You've allowed yourself to accept what you asked for. And by throwing it away, you expect Spirit to go get it today. If you put it on an altar somewhere and you just place it there and you keep looking at it, you're always visualizing it somewhere into the future. When into the future? After you're dead and gone? When are you going to receive it? By telling them and throwing it away, you want them to go get it today. Today. So that's what I asked for. But you have to be specific of what you're looking for. Don't ask for things you can't personally accept. Don't ask for things that are for everyone else. If I ask for things for her, and I'm asking for her, but she has a life lesson with it, a challenge with it. She might, I might not get it. Because she has a life lesson with it, a challenge with it. I've asked for it for her, but she can't accept it right now because she still has that life lesson or challenge with what I'm asking. So ask for you and the guidance to do with it, what you need to do with it once you personally receive it. That's what you're looking for. Ask for you. Ask. Doesn't hurt to ask. Doesn't hurt to ask Spirit. Don't be afraid to look at Spirit. Oh my God, I saw my God. I don't want to look at him. No. Look at him. Look at Spirit. Have a conversation with him. Have a conversation with yourself. What do you need? Are you miserable right now? Are you tired? Are you exhausted? What's going on in your life that you could make better? Try one thing. Create your day. Create your existence. Create your day. Before you get up in the morning, before you rise up in the morning, while you're still laying there in bed, just before you start moving, create your day. Create what you would like to see for the day. Create it. Then get up and go about your business. But while you're quiet, sitting still, create your day. What would you like to see today? What would you like to have today? What? Create it. Create your existence. Be grateful that you are here. Grateful that you're still here. You still got up today. It means if you're still here, you're in this audience today, you're here today, it means that you still have a purpose here. Oh, I have no purpose. I just want to go home. I'm so tired. You have a purpose. So, purpose for being here. Because you're still here. You're still breathing. You're still affecting the spirit world. No matter what you're doing, you're still affecting that world. And they, in turn, are affecting you. Just by you being here. So you either shop, you can shop at Neiman Marcus, or you can shop at Walmart. Your choice. Your choice. Where do you want to go shopping? What do you want to get? I've always been told that in my life. What do you need? It's been told me different ways. But it comes down to the same thing. Be able to accept what you're asking for. Believe that you deserve it. Believe that you deserve this. Even though whatever happened in your life, you still deserve what you asked for. And trust yourself that you're going to get it. You're going to get it. Be careful what you asked for, you just might get it. Be careful. Ask for what you feel would be okay for you. Be good for you. But trust yourself. Trust your energy field. Trust your vibration for you. I try to teach people different things to do in their life. Write things on a card, put them in a thing, hold them. You have chakras in the corner, in the palms of your hand. Chakras. Hold it in the palm of your hand. Ask yourself, is this highly beneficial for me? Yes or no? First thought. If it's a yes, put in your yes pile. If it's a no, something you need to work on. What do you have? What are you doing here? You can use the pendulum. You can use dowsing rods. You can use whatever you want to ask yes and no questions of your spirit guides. Yes and no. I'll end this with, remember, pendulums, when you use a pendulum, there's a rock at the end of the chain. There's a crystal, then there's either a little bead, there's a little rock at the end of the chain. That rock on the end of the chain is not the hole between your fingers. Remember that. If you have pulses in your fingertips, the thing will move because of your pulse. It's to slide, the rock is to slide up between your fingers and hold it. So you have no control over it. So if it moves for yes and no, you're getting a true answer. Don't hold it like this. There are little things you can do that I've learned over the years that you could do. But find what works for you. What that pendulums might work, this might work. Ash readings might work. My mother used to write yes and no on 2 rocks in the backyard, and she'd cover them with ashes. She'd go to sleep. She'd wake up in the morning and see which one was uncovered in the morning. That was her answer. You might like that. So, I don't know. Whatever you feel works for you, do that. To ask yourself questions. Start the communication with your higher self. Then allow the communication to be forthcoming from them. I've just been doing it since I've been 5, so been doing it for a while. At least 5, 6 years. But I've been doing it for a while. So the question is, I've had a lot of training in it. But as long as you start to look, Spirit will bring people, events, and situations within your life to get your attention, to help you. They will send you helpers. The teacher will arrive when the student is ready. Remember that. So you have to get ready. You have to get ready. Spirit's not going to get you ready. You have to be ready for that journey, that vibration. Or you'll go back to the spirit world, they'll go, what'd you learn? Yeah. You'll probably send you right back down, say, okay, you're going to do this again. And you might have your fingers in the door going, please no. Well, you should. You should learn something. Learning something, putting something in motion in your life, that's all. And understand that if it doesn't work for you, doesn't mean it's not good. It just means it's just not yours. It doesn't fit you. I have friends of mine who want me to come to events. I've been to a couple of the events they want to put on. I didn't like it. I didn't care for it. So why would I go? Oh, you need to come because you're a friend of ours. Why would I put myself in that energy? Why? Because I don't like it. That's what you do. When you enter someplace and you go, I don't like that. I don't like it. Once you enter that door, once you enter the space, you've given Spirit, whatever was bothering you in that space, permission to attach onto you. Permission. So if you're entering a space you don't feel comfortable with, put wonder in there. Because you're giving them permission. You better stand outside and say some kind of holy prayer around yourself before you go in there. I teased a friend of mine one time. I said, I don't like your space. I don't like your space. He goes, my space is good. I said, I don't like it. So I teased him one day. He opened the door, and I had a sage stick in my hand. I'm just going all over the door with the sage stick. He said, what are you doing? You trying to burn my house down? I said, no, I'm trying to scare this stuff back so I can walk in. But it's what works for you. Holy water works for you. Prayers work for you. Mantras work for you. Whatever works for you. Whatever fits the vibration for you, do that. Do that connection and trust yourself. Because if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't mean it doesn't work, it's just not for you. It's not your cup of tea. It's not yours. Do something else. Don't get discouraged and walk away from the work of Spirit trying to work with you because you got discouraged because it didn't work. Someone taught you something, it didn't work, so you gave up. Maybe that person was there in your life to teach you something you didn't like so that you would know that you didn't like it. So you had to move far past it. Maybe that's why they were there in the first place. Sometimes we just have to walk by people and go, because that Amish comes out in me, you know? Take the straw hat, I bring it down, I don't look at them, and I just walk right past them. I don't give them any kind of energy. I don't, because when you end your life, look at people disrupt, discourage, and not bless your life. Act as if you've got a straw hat on, you're a little Amish. Shun them. Walk past them. Don't entertain the energy if it isn't comfortable for you. Sometimes you're married to people that you can't shun them all the time. But you can give them the look. You can roll your eyes. You can give them the look. You can scare them a little bit. The question is you might have to deal with people in your life that aren't quite there. But doesn't mean you have to take on their energy. Doesn't mean you have to bring it into your vibration. Say a prayer. Say a protection by prayer around yourself before you venture in around this individual. That's all. But I hope I taught you enough stuff. But remember, the U book is you can get them online. They're awesome. It's by Brandon Hawk. It's a good book. It'll teach you some stuff. The Game of Life, that's been out since 1950, The Game of Life and how to play it. It's an old book. But find what works for you. These books might work for you. Something else might work for you. Find what works for you. Then read it. Put that information in. It could awaken something in your cell memory that you had forgotten about. And it might change your whole life just by reading one book. Thank you.